here checking in from Seoul, South Korea, where I've been for a couple weeks. And I've been having a great time seeing all of the sites, eating so much great food. I've never been here before. Honestly, didn't know a lot about South Korea before I came, and I'm just having so much fun. And as you can see, it's a pretty rainy day today, so I'm thinking this is the perfect day to go and scope out what the video game scene here is like. I've heard so many great things, and now there's like so many amazing games that are being developed in South Korea. I'm really optimistic about what I'm gonna find. I did get a couple great recommendations from people on places to go where like this is a good place to go to find game stuff. So I'm about to get on the subway, so let's go check it out. So I started hearing about Korea and games like, I don't know, maybe like 20 years ago. And it was like, that was where eSports kind of started. And you heard like, oh, these Korean StarCraft players are incredible. And they're doing stuff that you never knew what was possible. And it was like, oh, this is like the capital of real-time strategy games. And over time that sort of changed. And, you know, it became a bit of a different market, but that was definitely, I think, a lot of people's first introduction to Korea and gaming. So I am wondering like if I'm gonna see any sorts of remnants of that. Obviously that was a long time ago. I'm not really expecting to, but that would be kind of cool if I did. All right, so the place I got told to go is the Yongsan Electronics Market, and we just got off the subway and are headed there. So we're all set there. But people also said that there's this place that's actually better, that's a bit more like out of the way and hard to find. It's called Video Game Alley. And I'm really excited to check that out, but that sounds a bit more tricky to find. So I have directions, but let's hope it all works out. All right, so made it to Video Game Alley. I think some of those directions were a little bit outdated, but there's definitely games here, which is good. I might be a little bit early because some of these stalls are not entirely open yet, but I can definitely look around and there's some cool stuff. This is definitely like the style of, you know, shopping center that you see a lot in Asia, where it's just like one stall after the other. It's not like, you know, any big like formal place like a mall like we might know in America, but that's totally fine. I'm used to this. We're gonna poke around and see what we can find. All right, so here's one of the stalls that's closed, but you can see they've got a lot of really good stuff. Like over here, it looks like I can see some Super Famicom games, PlayStation 2 games, maybe some Game Boy games. Like they actually seem like really well stocked. It's a shame they're not open right now. I'd love to see what they have. All right, this is cool. This is their like amiibo section, and it's really well stocked. And actually some of these are some that I don't have. Like they've got like really good Splatoon selection. Splatoon seems to be really popular here as well. Got all the Smash ones, got the current Zelda ones. And even over here, I saw this. They had amiibo cards, which I don't know, these seem a little bit harder to find. What is this? This is some sort of a promotional card for Breath of the Wild. Oh, maybe these are just, oh, these might just be like bootleg cards that have the amiibo that you can scan if you don't want to get the actual figure. That's funny. But yeah, this is a really nice amiibo selection. Okay, so here, just to get a sense of the pricing. So this is just some, you know, random 3DS and DS games. So I think this says one game, 10,000, 3, 2,500, 5, 40,000. So that's like $8-ish a piece. And like you can see what they've got here. So this is the first Yokai Watch, and this is the actual Korean release. And I guess this is probably the Korean rating board. And yeah, that's it. You know, games get proper releases in Korea, and they do it in Korean language, which is cool. And there's actually a Nintendo of Korea. I never got a chance to visit them, but yeah, this would be one of their official releases. Only for use for Korean Nintendo 3DS system. That's interesting. All right, so this is one of the stores that's open and specializing in retro stuff. Famicom, Super Famicom. Again, interesting to look at the prices. Like I think this is about $140 or so for an original Famicom. This one's a little bit less. Maybe this one's like a lot more yellowed. And then Super Famicom's cheaper. Here's a Sega Saturn, which is kind of in between price-wise, but just a really good selection, and it all seems to be in pretty good shape. And I saw this and I was like, wait, what is this? And then I noticed like the Breath of the Wild one. So this must be like a custom shell that they've made. So there's like a WarioWare one, a Metroid one. This looks like a Minish Cap one. And then, you know, we get over here and I'm very curious about this SpongeBob. Like, is this signed by someone? I don't exactly know. Or this one that has the Chippendale stickers on it. I found this selection of Wii games here, and again, I'm just curious, like, what kind of the local take on this was. So this is Link's crossbow training, which, you know, we all know it is coming with the Wii Zapper. This seems to just be like a standalone game, so I don't know if they were selling that separate or what they were doing with that. This is the Japanese release of Wii Music, so again, it's like kind of a combination of stuff that was made for Korea. Oh, here we go. Korean version Super Mario Wii. Well, that's very interesting because this is Mario Galaxy as we know it, but it's called Super Mario Wii, which is maybe a little bit confusing because later they released New Super Mario Brothers Wii. But yeah, there it is. That's a Korean version of that. All right, I found this kind of collection of old magazines, and you can see this like from 2006, 7, 8. I just want to grab one of these and look through it because it's in like really good condition. This is like such an interesting glance into like what the gaming culture was at a time. So it says Fallout on the cover. That's probably Fallout 3 given the date, but this is a thick magazine too. I guess you got stuff on Xbox 360. This looks like it was from this was like maybe from a Tokyo game show, but these are some really, there's Sakurai there. This is just like a really detailed breakdown of different games, different happenings in the industry, and seems like a lot of representation for Western games. We got like Need for Speed, Shaun White, and Fallout on the cover again. This maybe is like Uncharted, some sort of a guide. Yeah, I don't know how often they released this magazine, but this like is a very comprehensive look. And again, it's in like really great condition. Gamers. Okay, this is cool. You can get a really good look at all the box art for the local Korean versions of these games. And from what I can tell, they all seem to be pretty much the same as what you're getting in other territories. There's not a situation like that Mario Galaxy having a completely different name, but it is interesting to just see, again, like what is different across countries. Okay, so I found this, and this is interesting. In Japan, this kind of like booklet for a game is really common, and this is one that's in Korean for Mario Wonder. And let's just take a look and see what it is. And you know, this is something that like they'll just give you at any sort of electronic store. Like you can just take one and it's like a promotional like little mini magazine, and my guess is this is exactly like the one that you can get in Japan, but just localized into Korean. Leaving Video Game Alley, I did pick up one thing, which was Pinball of the Dead for Game Boy Advance, the North American version. A bit random to get a North American game here, but I was on the lookout for this one. I missed these kind of old-timey like Game Boy pinball games, so I'm glad to pick that up. Maybe not the best time to visit this place overall, but definitely some interesting things. So there's one more place that I'm gonna try and go. It's pouring rain yet again out there, so up with the umbrella, and hopefully we'll be there next. When you find that special someone, you gotta put a ring on it, and we all know we're talking about a Kirby ring. So I had to get one of these. We got the Meta Knight ring. How nice. There it is. Who wouldn't be happy? Who wouldn't say yes if they were given the Meta Knight ring? I wouldn't. All right, so I didn't find that electronics, whatever it is, but I did find, I'm in this like really nice mall now, and they have this whole like Nintendo area. So I want to do like a full tour of this. Let's check it out. Right here we have this nice display of all the stuff that's coming out. Wow, look at this. That's like stand for your Switch. Like this all looks really nice. I think this is like, do they have it in stock or not? And I guess they have everything at the moment. We have this wall of like new releases everywhere. That looks good. This just came out everywhere, I guess. So this is like one of the featured games, Luigi's Mansion 2 HD. Let's go on inside. Like I've seen these at like the Japanese Nintendo stores, but I did not know that they had one at this. And I mean, this is just in some like random mall. This is not like the Nintendo store, but this is like really nice. Wow, look at that. They made this little like diorama for Paper Mario Thousand Year Door remake. That looks great. I would disagree. This is not hot, despite what they say. Fire Flower, Mario Power. Oh, this is new. These are like Splatoon. These are like probably like little erasers, little like gummy erasers of Splatoon characters. Oh, no, it's not just Splatoon. We got like Meta Knight. We got King DDD, Waddle Dee. There's a little Kirby. That's very cute. I'm not sure. This is probably saying like don't eat it, which is always the temptation when it comes to these erasers because they look so tasty, but don't do it. I'm not familiar with this game, but this seems to be a big deal here. You have a lion fighting a Triceratops. Great. Oh my gosh. Gigantic Kirby. Whoa. That is amazing. Look at that. That's Kirby. Wow. And then they also have this big Pikmin display here. Whoa. This is so nice. And again, this is just in some like random mall that I came across. I'm like really impressed. And it kind of extends over here. Oh, they got some like Christmas stuff. I guess this is more of the like kind of lifestyle-y. Oh, you can get the Korok plush. That's really cool. Wow. Yeah, I think this is way better than the random electronics market that I was actually trying to find. So yeah, that's kind of a tour of this store. All right, check this out. I found this. This is this Master Sword replica that I know they were releasing in Japan, and I was like kind of whatever about it, but this thing is really impressive in person. Like it's just like the size is amazing, like the color, it's like kind of like luminescent on the blade. Like this looks like actual leather. This is probably like impossible to get. This is coming soon, but I've completely flip-flopped on this. This is like super cool. I had to get a couple things. Of course, got the Korok plush. It's gonna be a gift for Krysta. Aren't you lucky, Krysta? And got a couple of these erasers. They make you buy it with one of these jars. And you put them in there. I don't know why. They really want you to get one of these jars. And then, I've always been curious about this, the Nintendo magazine. Sometimes you hear about that. This is like kind of an outdated one, but again, it's just like a free little promotional thing that you can take, but it's really nice, really well done. Gives you a look at everything happening with Nintendo. And sometimes they have like exclusive like artwork that you don't see anywhere else. So this was really cool. I think between this and the Video Game Alley, got to see kind of like a more like grassroots video game shopping center, and then like, you know, the official thing that's like in a mall. So I'm feeling pretty good about what we accomplished today. All right, taking a little break, have some lunch. I'm pretty tired after all the game shopping. I got a really nice food court here. I got some curry with some fried chicken, a little bit of soup with some pickles. Chow down, celebrate after a very successful day. All right, I am wrapping up and on my way back to the hotel into the rain, but very successful day of shopping games and learning about games in Korea. Like I said, I was a little bit surprised that I didn't see anything, and I haven't seen anything for this whole trip for Stellar Blade, which is, you know, such a big deal game made in Korea. I thought I might see a little bit more for that, but I just didn't. I did find a lot, but just like what's happening everywhere else in the world, like there is this shift to digital games, and mobile games are obviously huge here, but I really enjoyed seeing kind of the two like very different types of places that I went to today. And I feel like I learned a lot, and I'm getting more of a handle on this really interesting culture. So I am going to enjoy the rest of my trip, and hopefully you enjoyed spending this day with me doing some game shopping, and I'll see you around later. Bye.